My name is Craig Colorusso. These are Sunboxes. I would describe myself as a recovering musician. I played guitar in bands, sang a little bit, played some bass clarinet, made a few records, went on tour, and I loved it. I am an artist now. Coming from a musical background, I wanted to make environments that had music in them. And I wanted the music to not be the only thing. I wanted there to be light and sculpture. And so Cue Music was the first self-contained sound and light installation I'd ever done. It's 6 cubes that are 4 feet by 4 feet. They have geometric shapes cut out of them, and there's sound and light coming out of each of the boxes. So basically, you know, that's what Cue Music is, but the real piece is what happens in the room. MB89 is a sound and light installation with a performance element. There are metal frames that are about 10 feet tall, and there's 3 of them, with muslin fabric draped down, and there's lights that glow and shine inside. I played bass clarinet inside one of the cylinders for 4 hours. It's meant to be like an installation. You should come and go as you please, but there's surprisingly been a few people that have hung out the whole time. MB89 to me is the pivot point, because that is the link between being on stage and being in a band and these more self-contained installations like Cue Music or Sunboxes. I'm trying to get back to basics, make stuff and share it with as many people as possible. Sunboxes is a very interesting situation because the environment plays such a big part of it. So everywhere I go, wherever it's placed is really part of the piece. So I'm starting to see just the possibilities. I don't know that technology and nature are necessarily opposed. I think that nature has its own system. And in doing this piece, I've been able to witness that. I feel like I've been humbled by Mother Nature on a daily basis doing Sunboxes. Sunboxes is unique in the sense that when I usually come, the people that come there are more familiar with that space than I am. So I'm in a sense coming to your house, doing something. And unlike MB89 and Cue Music, I'm not taking over the space and making it do what I want to. I feel like I'm integrating with what's already there. And so I think it's enhancing the space. And some people really pick up on that and they like it. I've shown up at a few locations and been like, this is going to be awful. This is not what I thought it would be. And it turns out to be great. There's always a way to present Sunboxes in a beautiful way. You just have to step back and think about it for a minute. And so what I take away from that is that idea translates to all other aspects of my life. Art is all around us. It's just you have to choose to see it or not. And I get that a lot with Sunboxes because the older I get, the more and more I see beauty in the world. And I think Sunboxes allows me to see that on a daily basis. You know, you stand out there and you start to hear the wind, you start to see the clouds, and you start to see that as more than just things happening. You can see the beauty of it. I don't know if that was the intention, but that's something that I take away from it every day. I don't think my art is precious. I think it's meant for the masses. I like the idea that you can come and be part of it. I mean, I think that was the start of it for me, was Being in bands, going on the road, I loved it. I have an enormous ego. I like being on stage. But there's that barrier between audience and performer that I think works in certain applications. I just wanted to try and do something else. And I like the idea that, you can come to see Sunboxes and stand right next to it. You can touch them if you want. You can be part of it. And then to take that to the next level, you can get the app and you can go somewhere and you can make your own Sunboxes. And you can tell me all about it. I will listen. Sunboxes are a lot simpler than they might appear. There's a PC board inside each one of the boxes that has a pre-recorded guitar note on it. They're programmed to play continuously as long as there's enough sun. The catch is that all those samples are a different length, so as they're repeating, they're lining up differently. And so it would take several months before the whole thing would start over again. So it's really big. The whole thing is powered by the sun. There's no batteries, so when the clouds come, things get quiet. If the clouds are really dense, everything will turn off. But of course, inevitably the sun burns through and they all start at the same time. You don't always get what you want when you want it. And it's nice to be reminded of that. And I think that I almost look at myself more like a farmer or a gardener. I have this relationship with the planet. And I don't know what's gonna happen. I'm just setting up this system once again and seeing what happens. And sometimes it's really awesome, and then other times it's raining, and there's no sound. I love systems. I think Sunboxes is a system that interacts with Mother Nature. And I think that I just like the idea of taking that system and putting it in different environments. I've often thought of myself as a guitar player that's been seduced by carpentry, that's obsessed with objects, that creates experiences. I don't have like a thing I can make and give to you. I feel like I create an environment that you can walk into and then walk out of. I meet people from all different ages, all different backgrounds, and the one consistent thing is that I meet people all the time that really like art. And they don't find themselves in museums and galleries, but they are interested in it. And so that's another sort of, I almost feel obligated because I can take this piece anywhere that there's sun and space that I should. The system of Sunboxes occurring within the system of Mother Nature just makes sense. I think Sunboxes look and sound very organic, but yet they're completely alien everywhere they are. You wouldn't walk by and say, oh yeah, there's some boxes with solar panels. I've seen that before. So they are alien, but they do have this natural, organic feel about them. Instead of making these things that don't relate to each other, why not make something that works together? I mean, I was led down this path because of my conscience. I think solar energy is a viable way of powering what we need in the future. The weather is always there. And we can do things to ignore it or shield ourselves from it. I feel like why not make something that kind of interacts with it? Something you can look at and say, wow, that's beautiful. Because the weather is beautiful. It's this unfolding drama that happens all around us. Instead of looking at it as like this inconvenient reality. The sun is there, I'm here, why not make something together? And I feel like I've done that.